As a small group of stray dogs unexpectedly ventured onto a busy road, chaos ensued among frustrated drivers. However, when the drivers learned the reason behind the dogs' actions and their unwavering commitment, their initial annoyance turned into astonishment. Dogs are remarkable creatures with intricate emotions that encompass happiness, sadness, confusion, and even anger. This emotional complexity has cemented their status as humanity's loyal companions over the years. Despite the barriers of species and language, humans and dogs forge a profound, unspoken emotional connection. Dogs form strong bonds with each other, readily making friends and seeking each other's company. Consequently, it's common to find stray dogs congregating in groups, as no one desires to be alone. And it's within one such pack of stray dogs that our story begins. This particular group resided on the bustling streets of Lanzhou, a city in central China, where they frolicked amidst the constant flow of pedestrians. These dogs sought food and shelter together, displaying unwavering loyalty to their pack. They exhibited social structures and hierarchies, akin to human communities, always supporting one another and never leaving a fellow dog behind. Their tight-knit bond would soon thrust them into the spotlight. Lanzhou, the capital and largest city of Gansu province in northwest China, carried on with its daily routine. People tended to be engrossed in their own affairs, rarely acknowledging those around them. Stray dogs, consequently, often went unnoticed in this bustling environment. A veterinarian working and residing in the city remarked, "There are so many dogs roaming the streets that we've lost count. Initially, we tried to keep track of them all, but in a city this size, it's nearly impossible. It seems like there are more stray dogs appearing every day, and regrettably, we can do very little to assist them." One day, a major road in the city's center ground to a halt, creating a gridlock that stretched for miles. Understandably, drivers grew frustrated, honking their horns and exchanging angry words. Everyone had places to be, and this unexpected traffic jam had disrupted their schedules. Although traffic jams weren't uncommon in the city, such extensive and enduring blockages were a rarity. Normally, they cleared within an hour, but this one persisted. While the driver's anger was justified, had they known the actual reason behind the traffic jam, they might have been less quick to condemn. At the forefront of the traffic queue stood a small pack of 4 dogs. Although their number was small, they moved back and forth across the 3 lanes, preventing any cars from passing. A few vehicles managed to bypass the dogs by mounting the sidewalk, but aside from that, the road was completely blocked. The 4 dogs paced anxiously, their expressions filled with worry and fear. It was an unusual and bewildering sight for all. One driver, impatient and desperate to reach work, exclaimed, "I need to get to work." This city needs to address these stray dogs urgently. They're becoming a nuisance. I don't condone harming animals as I have pets myself. But if the strays can't be rehomed, the city should build shelters for them, especially if it prevents chaos like this. Another driver added, "These dogs are disrupting our lives and businesses." Some drivers at the front of the jam exited their cars and attempted to shoo the dogs away, grabbing them by the scruffs of their necks and leading them off the road. However, once released, the dogs returned to the middle of the road, leaving everyone perplexed about the root of the problem and the dogs' strange behavior. The police arrived to alleviate the traffic jam, but even they were confounded by the dogs' presence in the middle of the road. Approaching the dogs with authority only heightened their panic and defensiveness. They growled, bared their teeth, and snapped at the officers, causing the police to retreat, fearing potential bites or diseases. "We had a call for backup," recalled one of the police officers. The dogs were barking and displaying aggressive behavior, which was unacceptable. "We radioed for the armed animal control unit to hurry to the scene. If they couldn't be moved in a humane way, we might have had to resort to shooting them. However, had we known the real reason for their inexplicable behavior, we would have reacted with more patience and understanding." Tense moments passed as the officers awaited the arrival of the armed animal control unit. It felt like a standoff between the police, the people stuck in traffic, and the 4 stray dogs. However, a breakthrough came when someone noticed a furry pile further down the road, just a few meters from the sidewalk. It had gone unnoticed until then, but it soon became clear why the dogs were acting the way they were. Several drivers got out of their cars and cautiously approached the furry mass to confirm their suspicions. Once they understood what they were seeing, they returned to the line of vehicles and shared the discovery with others. More drivers left their cars to spread the message to those at the heart of the blockage, and within half an hour, the honking and shouting ceased. Even the angriest drivers found themselves shocked and moved by the revelation, some even shedding tears. It turned out that one of the dogs from the stray pack had been struck and killed by a driver who hadn't noticed the animal crossing the road. The impact sent the dog flying, and its lifeless body came to rest in the middle of the road. Immediately, the 4 other dogs from the pack had rushed out to protect their fallen friend, unaware that it had been killed. They stood guard over the lifeless body, prompting drivers to slam on their brakes and causing the traffic jam. The dogs took turns approaching the deceased dog's body, attempting to wake it up, as if they expected it to rise and walk again. They nudged it with their heads and tried various methods to revive their fallen comrade, but to no avail. Onlookers realized that the dogs were simply trying to shield their unfortunate friend from further harm. Many people took photos and videos of the pack, while others bowed their heads in silent respect for the fallen dog. Eventually, a compassionate passerby arrived with a blanket, gently lifting the deceased dog and carrying it away from the road, placing it on a grassy verge nearby. The 4 remaining dogs closely followed, maintaining a vigilant watch over their departed companion. Once the road was clear, most drivers hurriedly resumed their journeys without looking back. A few, however, parked their cars and approached the mourning dogs, offering comforting gestures. When the animal control officers arrived at the scene, they put aside their weapons and joined the people in comforting the dogs. Their ultimate task remained to remove the dogs from the streets, but for the moment, their shared humanity took precedence.